Hi, and welcome to TTELT, Teaching Tips for English Language Teachers, a program of educators worldwide. I'm your host today, Melanie Gobert.
Hello, everyone. This is Melanie Gobert. I'm your host of today's episode of TTELT, Teaching Tips for English Language Teachers. Joining us today is Pooja Sancheti. She is a teacher at the Center for Preparatory Studies at Sultan Qaboos University in Oman. Welcome, Pooja.
Thank you, Melanie. It's an honor to be here again with you.
Okay, her topic is going to be, can teachers and learners effectively use AI? So would you like to start us off?
Yeah, sure. See, AI is a reality. I mean, we all understand that it is here to stay. There are apprehensions around AI. There are, fears around AI, especially in the academic community, because of the limitations and challenges that it poses. But we have to learn to work around it, make it user-friendly, make it be beneficial for ourselves and for our students as well. So yeah, I mean, I would like to discuss how we can actually make it more effective for our students and encourage them to use it ethically. Yeah.
Can you give me some examples?
Yeah, I mean, the list of AI tools available in the market is endless, actually, and they can be used for various purposes. When it comes to our students, they use it to check their grammar, generate new ideas, correct their punctuation, in fact, to analyze data. And when it comes to teachers, they utilize AI for creating new tests, quizzes, becoming more experimental with their materials, sometimes to encourage learner autonomy and critical thinking ability. It can also be used to, save time in creating lesson plans. I mean, there are lots of AI tools that provide ready-made lesson plans, and these are lesson plans that work perfectly fine. And with the kind of administrative duties and committee work that a lot of teachers have, they don't always they're not always able to do justice to their teaching. They, as much as they would want to, but sometimes their hands are tied too. So AI comes in handy at that time. It can also be used to provide feedback immediately, on the spot. So it is very, if we look at the brighter side, it has a lot of positives. It is full of advantages that we can use for our learners, and of course for teacher development. And students, for them, it's less pressure. The content is more engaging. When they do research, the data analysis and this digital support that is needed nowadays is very easily provided through AI tools. So there's a lot that can be done by using AI tools. The question is, when AI was introduced in the education structure, it was supposed to be used as assistive technology or assistive tools, especially to help students with learning disabilities. However, it very soon took the shape of generative assistance. It became, it was used to generate content more than to assist learners. So it started substituting more than supplementing. So yeah.
What are some of the challenges that students face using AI tools?
See, one of the most common challenge that comes to mind is the bias. It's AI is based on algorithms, it's database, and created in a place, with limited data, with whatever algorithms have been fed into the system. So sometimes that biased opinion or the biased content can be magnified, if not challenged, if not questioned. So, and this happens inadvertently. It's not that our students are aware of it or they do it knowingly. So that is one challenge. Another challenge is over-reliance on AI tools because, there's less pressure, more engagement. Of course, the workload is reduced and students continue opting for AI tools to assist in their work. And that can also lead to plagiarism. And sometimes they don't realize that it is plagiarism. It could be unintentional from their side, but nonetheless, there is plagiarism involved. And I mean, when we talk about teachers, again, teachers could also start relying too much on AI tools once they realize it's working for them, and that can limit their creativity, their growth as professionals. There are institutes that do not provide the right kind of support needed for the effective use of AI, the right kind of software, the right kind of hardware. Some teachers are not well trained. They have technical difficulties, so these are some of the challenges that have to be kind of overcome before we take it forward in the real sense.
And what do you think is going to be the impact of AI tools on students' writing, especially their academic writing?
See, if it isn't used effectively, and I'll give you an example in a short while, what I mean by effective use. It's, as I said, it is here to stay. We've been using it when we type an email. The minute we say, "Dear Melanie," it starts suggesting the content already. So it is there already. It has affected everybody's writing and thinking ability, but we have to use it and rechannelize it in a way that it helps, it aids critical thinking ability and writing skills more than disadvantaging them. For example, I tried it once. I had my students had written an argumentative essay on whether or not grades reflect intelligence, and I asked them to write a prompt on ChatGPT and ask for it to suggest and comment on their ideas and expressions, not on grammar, but just on the expression of ideas and organization. And I had taken a copy of their essay as well, and I had provided feedback too. And then I asked them to compare the two feedbacks, the one produced by machine and one, given by the teacher. And of course, there are lots of different models of how to write an argumentative essay, but what we do in our courses are very specific, they're very regulated. And the students had to realize that ChatGPT or any other AI tool that they use may not always be able to complement what is done in a course. And similarly, as I mentioned earlier, ideas could be biased or not 100% accurate at times. We even tried once to check the plagiarism or similarity index on Turnitin.com for something that was written by our university, and it took it as plagiarized because it thought it was machine generated. It wasn't. It was actually a very well put together document. So, we can't always rely on what machine assesses and what machine generates. And our students need to understand this reality.
I thought I heard a teacher say at TESOL Arabia that you can put a student's writing in Chat GPT and ask Chat GPT if it wrote it.
There are software that can detect AI generated information. Turnitin has started doing that. There are other software too. But again, where is the end? Where do we want to stop? How far do we want to take it? When we talked about the impact of AI on students' writing, it is definitely impacting it big time. I mean, I have seen a lot of improvement, so to say, but I know that's only on the surface. It's not really deep rooted, because when we can try to verify whether it's their work or not, and we ask them to reproduce a section of their paper, it isn't always of the same quality. And we do that quite often, just to confirm that it is their work or not. And of course, for them also to realize that, it's not cheating anybody. It's actually playing with their own future, playing with their own abilities. So yeah, I mean, I think that's what we have to. This is how I see we can collectively overcome these challenges. We have to kind of raise awareness in our students about the limitations and what it can do to their academic ability. It can, instead of tools, they can become crutches
Yes.
and handicap them for a lifetime.
Yeah.
I think that awareness has to set in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Pooja. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of TTELT, Teaching Tips for English Language Teachers. This has been your host, Melanie Gobert.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us today. Share with us how you are using these tips. Leave us a comment or voice message on social media or at ttelt.org. Thanks for joining this episode of TTELT, brought to you by Educators Worldwide. Follow, like, and subscribe to TTELT on your social media, and try a new teaching tip today.